Warning. This podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
Yo, what's going on? I am Scoots Brunson.
And I am S. Foster.
That's right, you tuned into another episode of the Viewers Anonymous podcast, where we give you our very own reviews and takes of movies and TV straight out of Hollywood. What's going on with you, bro?
Whew. Can't call it, man. You know what I'm saying? Feeling all right, feeling good. Haven't felt the greatest in a while, but like I told you earlier, we was tripping before we started. I'm in a goofy mood today.
For sure.
And this is gonna be the right movie because I got a feeling like when we did, because phone booth, I know this ain't the normal formula, but I'm on something real quick. Like phone booth was like one of those selections that it wasn't like on our list,
right?
But like it reminds me of like the time when we were before we got like really organized with our list, and we were trying to figure out some shit to do, and you was like, I don't know, Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
And then that shit just turned out to be, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, where did that come from? And it turned out to be a really fucking good episode. I think that's something that we're gonna be dealing with today. But how you feeling though, man? Is everything good with you?
Man, I'm feeling good, feeling great, man. I'm excited about doing this episode. I forgot how good this movie was. So rewatching it was super dope. And man, I'm chilling, man. I'm excited. For all those that don't know, y'all can catch me on live stream on twitch.tv/Scoots Bronson. Go there, make sure you follow me. If you enjoy video games or if you enjoy just chopping it up with me, hit me up tonight. I think I'm gonna be playing some Madden. So come through and check your boy out. I'll be probably doing it all weekend, Labor Day weekend. So I'm gonna be on there, man. Talking to the good people.
The good people. That's what's up, man. I got Monday off, but unfortunately this is my weekend, so you know what I'm saying, gotta get it done tomorrow. But say what?
So you just got a regular weekend.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Gotta go out there and get this shit done.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it don't take me all day to get it done. But yeah, I mean, but I got Monday off, so I got me a little 2-day weekend.
Yeah, you barbecuing?
Man, you know what? I haven't talked to anybody about anything yet. But the only person I really talk to if we're gonna do anything like that, you know what I'm saying, hit my sister up, see if she got anything planned. But I mean, I don't have anything off the dome. Like I don't even know. Like I was asked a question today, like you getting your kids back on Sunday or Monday? I was like, damn. I don't even know. I was like, I haven't even figured that shit out yet.
That's one of those questions you don't usually even think about, bro. You just because you go with the flow so much. By the time you really sit and think, you like, damn, when am I getting these motherfuckers back?
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't planned anything yet, but who knows? Right. Man. I might do a little something. I might not.
Okay then. We was thinking about doing it, but I'm not sure what the plans are. So I'm kind of playing everything by ear right now.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's how it be though, man. Sometimes when you pop up and make shit happen at the last minute, those be the best festivities. So hopefully that's how it plays out, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, you already know this is the second episode this week. For those who are new here, we have this segment to give you little bits and pieces, little tidbits, man. Basically, this is like the trailer version of our show where we give you extra things to go check out before we get to the feature presentation. Oh, I like that. So we call this segment What We Watching. You ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
What we watching?
What we watching?
All right, man. So, what do you have for us this weekend, Brody?
All right, I got two this week. One is an Apple Plus show that you told me about probably like I don't know about 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually the first like when I first got Apple TV. This was the very first thing that I watched, and now they're doing a final. I think it's the third and final season of Physical.
Okay. Okay.
So I got 2 episodes in. Rose Barnes. Is that what it is?
I think
Burns? No, it's Burns. I think it's
Burn.
Rose Burns.
Okay.
Yeah, she's murdering that shit. She's in her head even worse than before now.
Right.
Um, it's getting crazy. It's getting real crazy because it's getting to the point where it's like people starting to notice her, and she's like, there's like one scene where like she's in her head, and this lady that is like on the rise. She's younger, she's blonde, and like she's starting to get like a lot of attention, like doing the aerobic shit, and like so like she's in her head, and like she's in this room, and like she's like she's kind of like just like slumbering around the room, like talking to the girl, and this lady looking through the window, like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, who the fuck are you talking to?" And it's like it's getting like even worse than before, and the shit is hilarious because it's like it reminds me of uh Issa Rae
Yeah.
when she's looking in the mirror and she's doing her shit, and then like somebody catch her real quick.
Yeah.
It's like that's what it kind of reminds me of. Like that's the type of vibes I was getting. But Physical, man, it's a alright show, man. I fuck with it. And I was never like a very huge fan of Rose Burns, but like she's growing on me. Like,
Really?
yeah, because like I mean, obviously, like the role that she played in Bridesmaids, I didn't really like fuck with her too much. But like all the other characters, like so funny in that movie. Like she just wasn't like my favorite character in the movie, but like seeing her in some of the other things that she play in, like she is like no, she doing her thing, man. So
Yeah.
but yeah, man. So the final season of Physical, I'm 2 episodes in at this moment. And the other thing that I'm watching, I remember seeing a trailer for this, and I was wondering when it was going to be released. I think it was in the theaters for a little bit, but you can find it on Hulu right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it's To Catch a Killer, and that's the new movie with damn, how you say her name? Is it? It's not Cheyenne Woodley. What is it? Is uh, dang, I think that's how you say her name.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the girl from Divergence and shit. So I remember watching the trailer for it, and I was like, "Yo, this shit look like it's gonna be really good," and it was really dope. I love the way that they put it together. Like she's just a regular, you know what I'm saying, beat cop in New York, and during some fireworks, someone used fireworks for opportunity to start sniping people,
Yeah.
and so the reason the FBI ended up bringing her on was because she, you know, went up a fire escape while a building was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Went to save some people. She almost like killed herself by not, you know, having no mask on, all that type shit. And so one of the guys from the FBI like kind of noticed, like, yo, like I think that this girl could be helpful to me.
Right.
So he brings her on as like an associate, but she ended up applying to go to the FBI, but they denied her because of some past things that she had in her past. And the only thing that I'll say, which I thought was a really, really wild statement, that the guy in the FBI was like, the reason I brought you on is because I feel like I need he so basically when the dude read like the reasons why they didn't accept her for the FBI or whatever. He was like, your profile fits people that we are um pursuing, basically, like killers. Like he's saying, like your profile fits like the person that's breaking the law,
Yeah.
basically. So he was like, sometimes you have to basically take someone of that mindset to help you catch a killer, basically. Um, and it turned out to be some wild ass shit. Like the killer ended up being like it was some wild shit, man. But I thought the movie was really good. Like I said, you can find it on Hulu right now, and it's called To Catch a Killer. Um, Dope movie, man. I think once you see it, you're gonna definitely be intrigued.
Okay. Okay then. Um. So, man, truthfully, the only one I got is on Disney Plus. Y'all already know I'm a Star Wars fan. And it is Ahsoka. It's pretty much just a story about a Jedi who was trained under Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader. Of course, she was trained under him before he became Darth Vader, and it pretty much just chronicles her story of um where everything left off. If I do have any Star Wars fans out there, it pretty much chronicles her story after Rebels, or like in the middle of Rebels to you know what I'm saying, like further the point. But man, show is amazing. Great characters. Shout out to Rosario Dawson who actually plays the character Ahsoka. Um, it's just fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited because not only do we get this show, you know what I'm saying? We seen her early in Mandalorian, and it's a possibility, you know what I'm saying, we will be seeing her in the future. But I'm also excited because there's a Star Wars movie coming out soon. So I'm excited to see what they do with that. But Ahsoka is a fire show. If you guys haven't seen it yet, check it out. It's on Disney Plus. I think it's 3 or 4 episodes out now. Fire.
That's what's up, man.
So let's go ahead and get into, excuse me, the feature presentation. Today we are talking about a movie that was released in 2003.
No,
Um
2002.
it's like 2003 in the US.
Oh dang, it said 2002 on IMDb.
Oh, this might be a DVD release date then.
Yeah, but damn, that's weird because it
Yeah.
says the release date on here is August 4th, 2003, but at the top it says 2002. What the fuck? They need to get IMDb
See,
together.
so on 2002 it say TIFF, which I'm assuming is, yeah. So okay, okay. So it came out 2002 at the Toronto Film
Okay,
Festival. So the actual release for it is April 4th, 2003. September 10th is when it was actually released the first time it was ever shown. So that
gotcha.
makes, okay. So you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Um so 2002, 2003 ish. Um Starring Colin Farrell. Who else is in this? Forrest Whitaker, Katie Holmes, Kiefer Sutherland. The movie we talking about, man, is Phone Booth. Uh the movie is pretty much about a guy who is living life on the edge, super successful, married, but you know what I'm saying, he got a taste for some sides. And pretty much gets caught up not by the side chick or not by the wife, just some random dude in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Puts him in the awkward position and tries to ruin his motherfucking life. Um, that's pretty much the synopsis of this movie. You know what I'm saying? Uh, or as my guy Dr. Umar would say,
You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
you know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of nonsense going on here, man. So I'm gonna let you take the lead, Brody. Rewatching this, man. What was your thoughts?
Man. It was interesting going back and watching this movie because like when you start to put everything together of like what this movie is showing you, like there are so many questions
Yeah,
that are like left unanswered. It's like
absolutely.
why the caller is like why are you the way you are, number one. Like why are you, because what we find out is like Stu isn't the first person that he does this to.
Right.
And it's just like you got these random people getting sniped and these cases are not being solved, but he's just going around trying to get people to basically tell their truth,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird because it's like what do you got to hide? You're hiding behind a gun and you making other people fess up their shit, but there's got to be something up with you too. It's got to be something up with you. It's got to be a reason why you started going down this path, which they never give us any answers to that. But anyway, going back and watching this, man, there was some stuff that I forgot about, but like being a publicist is wow. Like the things that you got to do, and I think that what we found out like about Stu was just the fact of like he was just a guy from the Atlantic City kingpin. Midget Moley said, "You gotta fake it till you make it,"
Pretty
and
much.
that's what Stu was doing. Like Stu was trying to fake it till he make it. Like he admitted that the watch that he had on was fake. You know what I'm saying? I gotta fake him on the watch on. Like he's faking it till he make it. And I think that he was just a dude who was, like you had said earlier, like living on the edge, but he's trying to get that come up. And in some cases and in some professions, unfortunately, you have to step on people sometimes. And I think that he was just a guy who was just trying to climb to the top. You had to step on a few people next to get through. And then you just got this random guy who just set you up to where you have to tell your truth to get out of a situation where he never wanted you to get out of the situation in the first place. You know what it reminds me of that kind of pisses me off? It kind of reminds me a little bit of Saul. Because it's like, because think about it. He put you in a situation where there's a slim chance of you escaping. But even if you escape, like how long you're going to survive. Like when you look at some of the traps that they put you in Saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, let's use the very first one. Saw. The whole point of the movie was to you saw your fucking foot off so you could get out. All right, so how long is it gonna take for you not to fucking bleed out? You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? So it's like you're put in this situation, he put Stu in a situation where it's like, okay, I want you to grab this fucking gun to where these cops are gonna shoot you and not me. Like he put Stu in an unwinnable situation, but because you know the captain ended up being smart when he saw, you know what I'm saying, the laser beam on Kelly, they was like, oh shit, like we got an actual situation here. So I don't know, man. Like this movie, I think when you tell somebody the synopsis, like a bad synopsis, like yo, like this guy, this movie, this guy's in the phone booth the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
For it to be in a phone booth the whole time, they did find a way to make it intriguing. They did find a way to do that. How did you feel about it going back and watching it?
So I'm going to start where you kind of left off. First and foremost, I am very impressed with the fact that using the phone booth was pretty much the only set that they had in this movie. Um like I said in the coming soon, it's not easy to make a movie like this. Um we seen it with Ryan Reynolds when he was in Buried
Mm-hmm.
and he was in the coffin the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not easy. to do that. Not only is it not easy to do that as an actor, it can't be easy to do that because throughout this whole movie, he only had maybe one or two interactions with other people, and for the most part, he was on a payphone talking, and so you would think like, okay, this is going to be a bad movie. It's not really too much going on, but they make sure to keep the intensity up. The score definitely helped because the music that they play in this keeps that anticipation and keeps that anxiety going. So you kind of end up like glued to it, like what's going to happen next, like why is he in this situation, and like everything makes it worth a watch, at least one. You know what I'm saying? You got to at least watch it once so you can kind of see, you know what I'm saying, where this is all going to go. um I got to give credit to Colin Farrell because he did a great job, especially for the most part pretty much just acting himself. um Forrest Whitaker, man, anytime he's in that cop role, bro, perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Um, One thing I do not like though, we got to stop letting Paula Jai Parker play out these dusty ass. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. She
Yo, every time,
bro.
dude, I just watched her. She's in season 3 of Ray Donovan. And you know
Mm,
what she is?
a
Same
crackhead.
thing. No, well, she's not a crackhead.
Okay,
Yes, she's basically a hooker slash singer at a casino.
of course. You know what I'm saying? When she was in Jump for the Hood, what was she? She was a worn out mom. She looked horrible. She looked like she was downtrodden in, man. I don't know what it is. The only time I've ever seen Paula Jai Parker in a decent, like even just looking decent, is probably Friday. And
True,
we only see her
because
for like a small minute.
and then like, dude, even in Hustle and Flow, man, same thing. It's the same thing every single time.
Yeah, so she
I mean,
definitely
look,
typecasted
oh yeah, she definitely did.
for sure,
Definitely got typecast.
for sure. But I mean, that woman too fine to be playing these roles, man. We gotta find her something else, man. I think that Hollywood, especially Black Hollywood, really missed out on a baddie a '90s baddie in Paula Jai Parker. Um, but I mean, you got Katie Holmes. Um, man, Richard T. Jones was in this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had some stars in this movie. But to me, the most impressive part of it all is them using the phone book. Mm, almost said it. Almost said it.
It was a phone book in there though.
It was. It definitely
It was
was.
it was a phone book in that phone booth.
It was definitely a phone book in there, but them using the phone booth as, you know what I'm saying, the set the just the focus of the movie. Um I do enjoy the shots that we got from it. I think that it was shot very well. You know what I'm saying? Um but for the most part, man, I'm not gonna lie. I was intrigued. Like even watching it now, you know what I'm saying? Like when I first seen it, I had bought it on DVD. And you know what I'm saying, just one of those movie nights, you end up watching it and you like, damn, it's pretty good. Coming back years later to rewatch it, it still holds up.
I think so as well. I think so as well because, and it also like, our kids are around the same age. It's also a conversation starter
Yeah,
because they're gonna be like, yo, like first of all, what the fuck is a phone booth?
right.
Like, and it's like, yo, like this used to be like even like being in the South, like where I'm from, there was a few phone booths. It wasn't a lot because
Yeah.
I'm in a kind of a country semi royal
Mm,
city. Like, so I only remember a few phone booths being around the way, but it wasn't a lot. So like just explaining to them what a phone booth is in the first place
mm-hmm.
is one thing. But like watching New York at that time, like, cause I like how they set it up. How he's walking down the street on the phone, his assistant, well, not assistant, his uh, damn, not recruit. What am I thinking of? When they don't pay you, what they call intern. His intern, you know what I'm saying? He got like 2 or 3 cell phones. He got a cell phone, but I like how they just showing everyday people in New York.
Right.
I thought that was dope, and how like when the movie first came on, they were like, "Yo, it's this 3 million people in New York and this many people in Manhattan, and how many cell phones are going at the same time." And then because another thing they set up was they was like, "Yo, this is when we started to get rid of phone booth." They was like, "Yo, this is the one like phone booth left on the side of town." And this dude, and I'm trying to figure out like, okay, dude, what was your plan to call this girl when they finally took that one phone booth away?
Well, I'm sure that wasn't even crossing his mind. His whole thing was, I got to talk to Pam, and I'm not mad at him. It's Katie Holmes. At the end
I'm
of
not mad at him either.
that's not a bad look. Rhoda Mitchell, she cool, but she's no Katie Holmes. So I don't know. Okay, so let's really get in. Let's have some fun here, man. First and foremost, I got 2 questions for you.
What's
My
up?
first question, man, is how far are you willing to go for the cheat?
You said the cheat or the cheeks?
The cheat.
Oh, that's the same thing. Never mind.
Pretty
Go
much.
ahead. Look, if we're using the situation of what this man was going through, then no. But also, like at the same time, like that's like okay, hold on a minute. Let's get this right. Like which lane are you talking about? Are you just talking about like for what he went through?
No,
or
you just taking him out of it. Because
okay,
the whole basis of this thing is the fact that my man got caught cheating. Like I said,
yeah,
not by his girl, not by the side chick, it's by some random ass nigga. I'm
yes.
saying, how far are you willing to go for the cheat? Like, what?
Like as far as like going to a phone booth on 8th Avenue every day to
Yeah,
call this girl.
just some simple shit that you like. If somebody seen you doing it, it'll look normal. But if they knew what you was doing, they'd be like, "Bro, you going through all that?" Like that type shit.
And I think that in his situation, I don't think that was like something where somebody can rag you on, because it's like, okay, if I'm walking the streets when I'm doing my job anyway, I'm gonna pass this fucking phone booth regardless. So
Right.
it's like it's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, it's smart. No phone records. You know what I'm saying? Nothing to wear, because if I'm not mistaken, this is the time where they would send you the phone bill with every number that you call.
Yeah, and you can get copies of text messages.
Exactly. So it's just like, okay, no, it's not a bad idea to go to a fucking phone booth to call this girl if you want to talk to her. So it's like, first of all, that part is smart. So I'm not mad at him for doing that. And so would I be willing to do that to get some cheeks on the side? Yeah. I don't think that's out of bounds, especially knowing that time. See, that's what's great about being the age that we are right now. Like, 'cause this is shit that we remember. I remember getting those like singular bills or Sprint bills where it's like that shit come in the mail. That should be thick as fuck.
Yeah.
And you see every fucking number on that shit that you now called.
Number, bro.
And it's like
one weird number on there, because it's gonna be like, what number is this? And it's
exactly.
It's going to get called.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I'm not mad at him for doing that. And would I be doing that? It'd be different if it was some shit like, I don't know. Because when you think about it, it's like if I'm really, really trying to get some cheating shit off, it's like, am I willing to walk, 3 blocks in the wrong direction to call this girl? I'm walking that extra 3 blocks. It's like whatever. Like it's not no big deal. Because at the end of the day, if you are cheating, it's like the whole point of it is not to get caught. So
Right.
it's like, yeah, you gotta do some off the wall shit for that to happen.
For sure.
So
I mean, to be honest, man, I'm not sure I would have went the phone booth route. I probably would have went email. You know what I'm saying? Around that time, email was hot. Everybody was checking their emails constantly. And I feel like that would have been a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? My man had 4 phones. I'm sure one of them was a PDA. He could have, you know what I'm saying?
that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, like you could have just did everything through email and made all of this shit so simple. Um, but what's interesting though is the fact that he used the phone booth. You know what I'm saying? He got it off though. You got to give him credit for that. He definitely got it off. But it's just the fact that in that moment, bro, like if you i- if somebody would have handed you a stack of money and was like, guess something that could happen to you that you never would have thought before would happen to you, you would have never guessed that. You would have never guessed, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get held up in the phone booth by a sniper talking to my side piece.
I think you are 100% right.
And real quick, and
Okay.
if he would have never answered that phone, we would have
All
never
is
had a
good.
movie. Yeah, we would have never had a movie. Um, my second question is, what is the craziest thing you've done while cheating?
Man, I'm trying to think. Because this is the one thing. Like what do we consider cheating? Because I have to say, the whole 10 years I was married, I never cheated.
Okay, so X that out.
So yeah, so
You,
it's like
girlfriend, anything, just never cheated a day in your life. What is the wildest thing you've done while cheating?
let's okay, for me, let's reframe the question.
Mm-hmm.
Because like anytime I've been in like a serious relationship, I haven't cheated.
Okay.
But there have been some times where
Doing
like,
a lot of tiptoeing, brother.
yeah, you know what I mean? Where it's like I'm talking to a girl, it's like we dating, but we ain't really dating, but it's just like, but it's another chick over here that's kind of like,
So technically you're saying you never cheated before.
I mean, yeah, basically.
A bullshit?
You ain't gotta believe me. But
Not once?
not in no serious relationship, no.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, there are still good men here on this planet.
Hey,
There are still good men here on this planet.
but I'm not saying that I haven't done like some shady shit when I was out here in the world though.
Nah, that ain't the same thing. Cause if it ain't no commitment to it, it ain't no cheat.
I mean,
If you just
yeah.
date, that's all that is. Like your options are open.
I mean, this is true. This is true. But there's still some people who like, all right, so if you fucking with me, like you fucking with me, and I don't want you fucking nobody else. Like we ain't gonna say and act like people don't get possessive
Yeah,
in dating.
at that point, you committed though. So technically you would be in a relationship at that moment. Or she would be in a relationship with you or vice versa. But somebody's in a relationship at that point, not both people. So technically, if the person that's not in a relationship do something, it's still not a cheat.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Like for me,
hey,
the craziest thing I've done, man, this is crazy. Craziest thing I've done is I slept with her best friend in the closet at her house.
what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm trying to keep it PG, but You could replace the sleep word with a different synonym, but basically in the closet at her house. She wasn't there though. She wasn't there.
So how the fuck did you get in there?
What, in the house?
Yeah.
Well, we was already there. She left, and we thought she had came back, so we went into the closet.
Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. So let me get this right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that you fucked her, but then she came back and y'all got in the closet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, when you're in the closet, you know, you thinking that somebody moving around. Well, shit, I know how to be quiet, so I got back to it in the closet.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yo, you a wild boy.
Oh man, I got some stories, but
He was a wild boy.
Oh, for sure. So pretty much, man, Stu is, you know what I'm saying? He's talking to Pam. He gets off the phone with Pam. The phone rings, he picks it up, and this stranger's voice is on the line, pretty much telling this nigga his own life story. And then we find out, you know, that this nigga married, and you know what I'm saying, his wife is in danger, and out of the blue, fucking pizza man just show up like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I got pizza for you. Which is weird because as a pizza man, if you get that phone call, I don't think you're gonna want to take that phone call. I want you to deliver this pizza to the phone booth on 123rd and 2nd. I'm not delivering no fucking pizza to a phone booth, sir. Okay? My life is hard enough as it is. My job is hard enough as it is as a pizza man. You want me to deliver pizza to a phone booth? I don't even know if this is a real call right now. Is this a real order, sir? Hang the fucking phone up quick, call him our pizza shop. That's what I'd be on. But the pizza man, he pretty much, you know what I'm saying, gets denied. You know what I'm saying? Stu like, hey man, get the fuck on. I ain't ordering no pizza. And that's the last we see of the pizza man for now. They continue the conversation. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, but that also showed us Stu's character by the way that he got rid of the pizza man, insulting him, calling him a bunch of names, and saying, "Look, like you never missed out on the meal." You know what I mean? It kind of just, I think that was really showing us the character of the type of person that Stu was.
He's delivering the pizza to a phone booth. Yeah, something wrong with him.
Yeah, but he went in on a little too hard.
I'm kind of with Stu on that one, man. I was just like, who could rewatching this? You look at some shit and you don't, you know what I'm saying? You think some things that you didn't think at the time. And in my head, I'm like, who the fuck is delivering pizza to a phone? Like, who took that order seriously? That's what I want to know. Like, I'm sure when he heard where he got to deliver this fucking pizza to, he had to, if he didn't, he should have looked at them like, are y'all fucking serious right now?
And then he read the shit back that it said to deliver it to the phone booth on 8th Avenue or whatever.
So that's already crazy. But nah, I was with Stu on that one. I wasn't mad at Stu for that. Like, dude deserved to get berated. And then, you know what I'm saying, they get on the phone or whatever. He makes him call Pam to tell Pam that he's married. Now, this is where I say Stu fucked up at.
Okay.
This is Stu's biggest downfall in this movie to me. Why doesn't Pam already know you married? Get that out the way. If she your side piece, she your side piece. Let her know, I got a girl at home. However, I would like to partake in them cheeks. You feel what I'm saying? You make your life that much easier. Dude wouldn't really have nothing on him except for him telling his wife at that point.
This is true.
Now say if your wife died, you at least got Pam to go to. Now you ain't got nothing. You messing up all your cards.
I think I think that Stu went into it completely the wrong direction, because I think that it seemed like he was trying to make Pam like the side chick that could possibly turn into a girlfriend, basically. And it's like,
yeah.
And it's like like you said, he should have straight up told her, "Yo, listen, I'm married. I got a wife at home. Don't call the cell. Blase blase. I hit you when I'm available. You know what I mean? Like all of that type of shit." But
Right.
it was like he went into it like being secretive to her, to where, like you said, he ended up having to reveal two things to two people. When he could have just told his wife, like, "Look, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I fucked up trying to fuck Pam, blase blase, all this type of shit." Because
Right.
now this could have been a situation where you lost both of them. Now, if you would have been honest with Pam, Pam already knew the situation. If you would have been honest with her,
Right.
so if your wife leave you, I still got Pam.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He put himself in a situation, lose both of them.
And that's just the sadness of this movie. It's just the fact that like a lot of shit that went on in this movie, if he would have kind of got his bearings about him, and I know that's kind of hard well, not kind of, it's definitely hard to say because nobody has ever been in this situation. And if you have, bless your soul. Nobody has ever really been in this situation. So this is not one of those situations, you know what I'm saying, you can kind of think in. First off, you in this little ass phone booth for the whole time. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is delivering pizzas to you and shit. Just a bunch of weird shit is happening this day. So I kind of understand Stu's frustration and why he couldn't really bust a move. But in that moment, man, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta think on your feet. And then next thing you know, some hookers are walking down the street. They banging on the phone booth, talking about they need to use the phone. We need to get in there, blah blah blah. And then the pimp comes up. He sees that it's a bunch of trouble. He starts busting in the phone booth, beating the shit out of Stu while Stu's on the phone with the voice. And the voice is like, "Yo, I can end this shit for you, man." And at first, Stu like, "Nah, man, nah, everything good. Just hold on, wait." And he like, "Yo, just you say the word, and I make it happen." Now, if Stu could have fought back, then I think he could have helped. That's another way he could have got himself out of this situation. If you in a street fight, I'm sure a cop will pull up. There's gonna be some cops around. Now you got something going. You know what I'm saying? You at least got some type of help. Like I said, if he was thinking on his feet, this would have been one of those moments to do it. But pretty much after getting his ass whooped so much, Stu was like, "Hey man, shoot this motherfucker." And you know what I'm saying? He sniped the pimp down. You know what I'm saying? Code
Pimp
red,
in distress.
pimp in distress. Okay. Pimp in distress, man. And you know what I'm saying? All the hookers was like, "Yo, you shot him." Now, what's weird is the hookers didn't hear a gunshot.
Oh my God.
Never heard a gunshot. Not only that, you could clearly see he's been shot in the back. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was super weird, man. What did you think of that?
Dude, I am so glad you brought that shit up. I'm sitting here looking at this shit, and they're like, "Yo, you shot him, you shot him," and she's yelling, "Oh, they shot him, they shot him." It's like, didn't nobody hear shit?
Nobody
I
heard
know New York. I know New York can be loud. Like I know New York can be loud and all of this type shit, but it's like at the same time, you know what a gunshot sounds like,
exactly. And
and you didn't hear a fucking thing.
y'all would have definitely started running once y'all heard that gunshot, or at least start screaming and backing up. They was just as confused as everybody else was until they realized that the nigga been shot.
Like that part, that was one of the mysterious parts to me. But I tell you another one was every time the voice wanted to get his point across, he was like cock the rifle or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's already cocked, like, why are you recocking it every time? Like to get his point. It's like
that's why I said if he was really thinking on his toes, man, he'd have caught on to this shit. Because okay, you cocked it once. What the fuck type of rifle do you have where you can just keep cocking this mother? Are the bullets just going, are they loading in one by one? What the fuck is going on? Because at this
It's like,
point, I'm convinced this nigga don't got no bullets.
well, I mean, what it ended up showing that he did.
I mean, yeah. After
But
he of course shot the pimp, but just
and
saying,
he shot the pimp. He shot that toy. You remember
yep.
he had to pay the Haitian that money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he shot him in the ear.
Yep.
Which that was another thing. Now maybe the cops just thought that it was already there, but you see a bullet hole in the phone booth. Y'all didn't think that it was odd because the front of the phone booth was knocked out from when the pimp had hit it with a bat.
Mm-hmm.
So we know the front of the phone booth is open. You
Right.
see he's bleeding from the ear, and you
Right.
see a gunshot hole on the side. Y'all didn't find that odd?
Or you didn't think that from where he shot the gun, maybe just it never possibly bounced around the fucking phone booth and then flew out?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say there's so many questions where it's just like, now don't get me wrong, they did make the captain look smart when he did see that there was a laser beam on the wife's head or whatever, because he knew that it was odd that this dude is just in this phone booth talking shit the way he's talking shit. And you could tell that he was being asked questions to ask him, but he really didn't want to ask him the question. So it's kind of apparent that the person on the phone is, you know what I'm saying, on some shit or whatever. But yeah, I'm with you. Like the whole thing of not hearing a gunshot, and then the whole thing of like them asking, you know, where's the gun? And he was like, yo, I ain't got nothing but a phone in my pocket. And then he go to reach for. First of all, we know if that was a black person in the phone booth.
Yeah.
When he went to reach for that phone the first time,
It'd have been some issues.
yeah, he was already.
The bigger problem is that it was all those cops around, and they thought that him pulling out a gun was going to do something.
Man, that's how it always is, man.
That one, he may have injured somebody at that point. As many cops that was around there, all they had to do was just aim, cock, and shoot, and it's over. Or cock, aim, and shoot, and it's over with. First off, he's in a phone booth, so y'all can't miss. Y'all
Dude, they had
point blank range at him.
Yo, they had like 10 or 11 snipers on this dude.
Fam, they had SWAT.
That's overkill.
They had SWAT. And
for one guy in a phone booth.
To think about it like this, all these snipers you have on the roof, you didn't think to say, hey, that don't look like a regular gunshot wound on the pimp. Hey, let's check these windows before we get up here. None of that shit crossed your mind. You just like, man, we get to do target practice today. That basically would have been shooting fish in the barrel without question.
This is definitely correct. I think that, I don't know if that's regular technical protocol, but like that was bad. And then for the captain to have some beef with the one dude, I don't remember what the other cop name was.
Yeah.
He apparently had beef with that other cop. Apparently they must have been on some shit, and I don't know, the negotiator shows up and it's like, yo, you went and talked to this dude before I got here.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know, I couldn't wait for you. And then they fucking shoving each other and shit. And it's like, okay, so apparently these motherfuckers don't like each other. That something must have happened before.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, so it's just like for the captain to go up and start having conversations with him. And what I thought was good about this situation was when, what's her name? Kelly comes down.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelly tells the captain, like, yo, I got a phone call from a guy telling me Stu's going to tell you something, you know, something important. And then he asked, yo, he said he's talking to his therapist. She was like, he does not have a therapist. She was like, which is crazy. I think that if they really wanted to be good, if they wanted to take the script to the next level, this one scene put a little damper in it. She was like, "We've been together for 3 years, been married for one. I would know if he got a therapist." I don't know about that. It'd be
Man,
different if y'all been together for like 8 years and you've been married for 6. Like, yeah, you don't know that much right now.
yeah,
Like,
that's not a solid give for you right now, man.
yeah, like he could be sneaking a therapist on you, only being together for 3 years and being
Like
married for one.
damn.
Yeah, so it's just like for her to be so confident in that statement, it's like, nah,
That was a little
nah,
weird.
yeah. So, but for him to be able to take the little information that he was getting and notice that, like, yo, something is going on that phone line. Like,
Yeah.
he's doing some shit where it don't feel like he really want to do it,
Right.
but he can't really leave it. And that's why I thought the one part was so good. The fact that he did see the laser beam and he was like, yo, he goes to Richard T. Jones, yo, man, we got a sniper situation here. Like, let's keep this shit quiet, you know. And then, like, even to use the whole rubber bullet shit, which was really smart, because, like I said in the very beginning, is the fact of the caller put him in a lose-lose situation.
Right.
And which I thought it's like what is your what are your thoughts on, like, let's talk about the caller for a second.
Okay.
We don't know what his motives was. Like, it's like, do you think his motives was to just get people to be honest? Like what is this dude really doing?
Because this is never explained in the movie as to who the voice is, what the voice was connected to, what kind of affiliation they had whatsoever. None of that was ever covered. I just think that he's some dude who's probably, you know what I'm saying, he probably got a lot of shit out of his system and he's able to do some shit. Motherfucker probably just, you know, I don't know, maybe a nigga that used to work with Stu or some shit like that and wasn't satisfied. Ain't no telling. I mean, I honestly can't even think of some shit right now that would make sense as to why he's pulling this off. And then not only that, why he's done it other times.
I'm with you. I just don't know what his motives are.
Oh, okay. Real quick, right?
Okay.
So remember they was on the phone talking and he had told Stu, you know, I did this to 2 or 3 other guys and, you know, they didn't survive.
Mm-hmm.
What's crazy about all this is that, say this has happened twice, right? The police don't know shit about what's going on. They don't know that
No,
random motherfucker sniping people.
the weird thing about New York is, and you remember when we did this one documentary where where the killer guy had set this lady on fire in the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was called, but they were talking about the NYPD and like how many unsolved murders there were.
Right.
And I think that New York being what it is, as busy as it is, how many people it is, how a crime scene can get tampered with very quickly because of how many people there. I think that it's an odd situation where I think that there are already a lot of unsolved cases.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the other 2 to 3 people that he's done this to, where they just like, but also what makes this situation different is this is the only one that was in the phone booth. The other people he called them on their cell phone. So this wouldn't fit the MO of the other perps that he had or whatever. So this would separate this from the other 2 to 3 people that he's done this to. But at the same time, it's like, I don't think that, like, another thing that's not explained, because of the way that the movie ended was were they able to, take the bullet from the pimp guy and be like, yo, this matches those other 2 to 3 people that was, shot from a distance or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
But
even if they don't go that far, like they would at least be alert that it's a motherfucker out here sniping people though.
I mean, this is very true.
You know
And
what I mean?
that has to be one of the negatives about this movie is because I think that what this movie ended up doing for the people who are movie watchers like me and you, like some people just watch this movie and just come away with okay, like whatever. But like for me, like going back and watching it, it's like they left a lot of stones unturned.
Right.
It's like, yeah, like Stu is the person that we zeroed in on, him, Kelly, and Pam. Like this whole love triangle thing, and this guy just wants people to tell the truth and shit. But it's like, what are your motives? Because you shooting, let's say you get Stu and Stu's victim number 4 or whatever. Okay, so you took 4 people out that you deem to be bad people.
Right.
What, like what are your other motives? You're just gonna shoot everybody that's cheating or scamming somebody or getting over on people?
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, first of all, we talking New York. Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna try to take out fucking 90%? Not 90. I won't say that. What you gonna do? Take out 60% of the fucking population? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what are you really doing? Like, what are your motives to what you're doing? And it's just, it left that unanswered. And I think what they were trying to do was, because of the way it ended, him framing a pizza man and then him coming up on him when he's sitting in the ambulance and shit and showing him getting away, that I think that they was probably trying to set up for a sequel. But I just don't think that Phone Booth ended up really being that successful to the point to where they was like, yo, well, anyway, it would have been tough to do a Phone Booth too,
Yeah.
but at least done some. Well, you know what? I'm lying. That's my mistake because I just looked at the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The budget for this movie is an estimated 13 million.
That motherfucker made 16 million.
No. Opening weekend, it made 15, right? Grossed 46.5. Worldwide, this shit worldwide gross 97.8.
Damn.
I don't even know what the number is to say that they got their money back. Like, I never go higher than quadruple. I don't know what this number is. This is crazy. How much fucking money they made off of this fucking shit.
Well, I'm not surprised at the 15 million.
For the opening weekend.
Yeah. And the only reason I say that is like once everybody went to go see it, I'm sure they went back and was like, man, you don't want to see this shit. This motherfucker just in a phone booth the whole time. But the people that do appreciate film and appreciate the creativity, I'm sure they definitely said the opposite, which to me makes sense at 115. I mean at 15. Worldwide makes sense to me because of Colin Farrell.
Yes.
He's an international actor, star, or whatever. He's one of those guys that is not necessarily from America. I believe he's from a different place.
Yeah, he's definitely from a different place.
Let me see.
He is born in Castleknock, Dublin, in
Yes,
Ireland.
he's Irish. So that I'm not shocked by. The overall number I definitely am shocked by because this had to be great marketing. The intensity of the movie, you know what I'm saying, the nonstop anxiety that you get from watching it, it had to be great marketing because this is to me one of those movies that if you've seen the trailer, you didn't really get too much from the trailer, and then if you've seen the movie, you didn't get enough from the movie as well.
See, and that's my thing. And to finish my thought, obviously the amount of money that they end up making, it wouldn't have been a terrible idea to do a phone booth too.
No, it really wouldn't.
Um,
At least to see where the voice ends up, you know what I'm saying, like attacking next.
well, yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, the star is the person that you didn't see into the end. Like, really, like, don't get me wrong, like Colin Ferrell is the guy, but like Kiefer Sutherland is not no joke out here in these streets. So, you know, the way that they would have had to do it is Kiefer Sutherland would have been the only returning, you know what I'm saying, person. It would have to be a totally new person, totally new story, and all this type shit. Now, the difference is, and that's probably why they didn't do another one, is the element of surprise is gone. That's what makes phone booth what it is because like we don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, why are you calling this dude on the phone booth and why are you making him, you know, quote unquote, admit his sins and shit in front of everybody? So if they would have made a 2, it would have been a little different because it would have been like, okay, like for the people that seen the first one, well, we know what you're doing.
Right.
But it's like, well, we still don't know what the outcome is going to be. We still don't know what the story is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, this could have been a situation where, you know, just me brainstorming, this could have been a situation like, yo, like, I know you murdered this person on the train.
Exactly.
And I'm going to make you admit this shit. You know what I mean? So, like, there's different stories to add to it, but I just felt like there was just a lot left unturned. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know why Ramsey and not Ramsey, but Ramsey has this thing with fucking the negotiator. Like, what the fuck is up with these two dudes? Like,
right.
You know, Stu, you know, telling the one dude, you know, not to be a publicist and all this type shit, and you know, Kelly. Obviously, we see Kelly takes him back and all this shit. But what happened to Pam? Pam just like fuck this dude.
Like, well,
I
mean, he told Pam he was. I'm about to say he told Pam he was pregnant. He told Pam he was. So I think that's what kind of got her out of there early.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this is true. This is true. But I say that for the Five Flames. I say that. But yeah, man. I just think that I did not know this movie made that much money. This movie almost made $100 million.
Yeah, off of a $15 million budget. That's not bad at all.
Damn, but that's a good turnaround.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Let's do let's jump into the Fire Flames.
Let's do it.
Yoga fire, yoga flame.
All right, man. What you got?
Okay. For what I was saying earlier, like to be able to make a story where the movie is centered around a person on the phone the whole time, we don't even see the antagonist until the very end of the movie. Right. We don't know what his motives are. We don't know why he's doing this. We don't know if he's trying to take out all of the cheaters and scammers and, you know, murderers or whatever the case may be off the face of the planet one by one. I guess that's what his motives was. But to be able to have, you know, a person like Kiefer Sutherland, you know, somebody like Colin Farrell, these two dudes, it's hot at this moment. Katie Holmes is, you know, a child star who's, you know what I'm saying, becoming, you know, being in adult roles and shit like that, where she's starting to, you know what I'm saying, her run really kind of came after this though, if you ask me.
I think that's because of her being at the time associated with Tom Cruise.
This is true. This is true. And then my one lady, what's her name? How you say her name? Rhoda? Is it Rhoda Mitchell?
Yeah.
You know, her coming off of, you know what I'm saying, the Silent Hill shit, you know, that shit took off when it first came out. So like she's coming off of Man on Fire and shit. No, Man on Fire came out the same year, I think. I think Man on Fire came out 2003. So she's really cooking. So the cast and Forrest Whitaker is a fucking legend out here in these streets. And Richard T. Jones is a hood legend, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
So you got like So the cast, they killed it. I think to be able to make a story with not many locations, which I don't understand why it said Los Angeles. I don't know which part would have been Los Angeles, but it said Manhattan, but it also said Los Angeles. I don't know what the fuck they filmed in Los Angeles. But anyway, um, to be able to make a story where someone is really talking on the phone the whole time during the movie and make this shit intriguing and like they would say, the term of keeping you on the edge of your seat.
Right.
They was able to do that for me, even though this movie is located the way it's located. Um, I'm gonna give it a 3.5, and a lot of the negatives is just the fact of like we don't know why the caller is doing what the fuck he's doing. Like, what are your motives? Like, what is the end game?
Right.
I don't know what your end game is, and they don't give us anything, and it just they lead us thinking like, oh well, shit, we're gonna get another one, and another one never came. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
I keep mine super short and simple, man. I'm giving it a 3. Great cast, great acting. Although I feel like because of the behind the scenes shenanigans, um it made it not the behind the scenes shenanigans. I'm sorry, the people behind the scenes and their shenanigans. It made it a little bit hard to really get a grasp on it. Like I said, the score and everything that's going on around it, it keeps you intrigued. But there's a lot of filler in this movie and not enough meat and potatoes to keep you interested. Like you said, backstories or why such and such and such and such are kind of going at each other. You know what I'm saying? Where did where did where did the voice come from? You know what I'm saying? Like what was it? Where did how did how is that? Goodness gracious, how is he connected to Stu and Kelly and you know what I'm saying? It's just it's so much that they miss, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3.
Okay, I was about to. I think what gave me that 0.5 is just they did make it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They did find a way to make it interesting. Because, like you said, there aren't many movies. You know, Buried. There's another movie that I'm thinking of that was kind of like that. Um, where I mean, shit, Malcolm and was it Marie? Was
Mm-hmm.
that the Zendaya and yeah, like one location, one, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
one situation type of thing. I mean, you really got to put on an acting clinic, and I think that they did for
Yeah.
it to be what it was. I think that they did, so that's why I gave them that 0.5.
Okay, cool, man. All right, man. Let's jump into it, man. Let's get into the coming soon.
Let's do it.
Coming soon to own on video and DVD.
All right, next we have a classic for you guys, man. All-star cast. Um, a story of struggle, a story of sisterhood, a story of achievement and success. We're talking about Set It Off. Um, I cannot wait to get into this one. This one is going to be nostalgic for me. This is going to be one of those ones that you get those old feelings back.
And listen, this is what I've been trying to tell y'all people, man. I did a podcast on this shit, motherfucking. I named that shit. I think it was the right people in the room, if I'm not mistaken. People have been sleeping on F. Gary Gray for fucking years. And
Absolutely.
shit pisses me off, man. He's one of the best fucking directors that we have had in this damn century of movie making, and he never get his just due.
Yeah.
Never gets it. He
Yeah.
murdered it with this movie, man. Fucking Set It Off. I can't wait to do this.
Yeah, man. I can't wait either. So y'all make sure y'all strap up, buckle in. light your cigarette, hit your switches, ride on through, man. We'll be there when we be there. If you enjoyed Phone Booth, if you thought Phone Booth was horrible, or if you've ever been in the Phone Booth, hit us up on the socials. VA Pod, I'm sorry, on Instagram and Twitter at View Pod. On Facebook, VA Pod Watch Group. On Twitter, we also have a community. So go join that. We talk about movies and TVs all day. And if you are following the podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe link in the description. You can subscribe. It's only $2.99 a month. Support your boys. And if you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Schools Bronson. Also go to twitch.tv/Schools Bronson and check out my gaming profile.
And y'all can find me at s.foster8 on Instagram and X. It's so like I don't know why you changed that shit to X. And y'all can find me at 28 minutes or less pod. That's just on IG. Follow the podcast 28 minutes or less on all major platforms. Last episode is still 133. Rooting for the bad guy. So go check that out on all major platforms.
All right, man. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Without you, there could be no us. So your support is always greatly appreciated. And until the next episode, like we like to say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.